Minecraft universe. This is the Masked Collector. Thanks for coming back. I want to thank everyone who viewed my first video, posted the first day of this decade, January 1st, 2020. And to those who subscribed, thank you very much. And those who commented, thank you kindly. You're what drove this video, as it appears that there's going to be a number of you interested in wrestling stories. So I thought I'd start off with a couple of stories and interactions I had with my favorite wrestler of all time, the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Someone get me a Slim Jim right away. Yeah. Anyway, I met him in September of 1991 and February of 1994. And I'll hold off on the 1991 story because I think that will be a story that you've never heard before. And it gives you insight into what Macho Man really was like. And at this point, let's go take a look at the autograph. All right, let's start off with my meeting with Randy in February of 1994. I remember it being a Friday. I found out about his appearance last minute. Otherwise, I would have had something better to have him sign. But I remember finding out he was going to be at a GNC store in Niles or Skokie, Illinois. For those who are in the Chicagoland area, you know, that's a northwestern suburb, not too far from the stadium that was then called the Rosemont Horizon, currently Allstate Arena. He was in a tag team match with Lex Luger against Crush and some other guy I don't remember. But anyway, that was later that evening. So he was at the store, and there really weren't too many people there. So I got to spend a few minutes with him. And that was a thrill. But anyway, this yellow picture with the, this picture with the yellow border was a preprint signature up here at the top left in white font. And down at the bottom left is where he signed it there on the spot. He signs it to Rich Macho Man. Now, I'm not sure who Rich is, but I'm sure he's a handsome devil. Then he had these on hand to sign. It's a standard World Wrestling Federation promo picture or promo sheet, and he signed it again to this Rich character, Macho Man. So when meeting, Hulk Hogan, Jay Leno, I told you, got pictures of all kinds. But anyway, during our time together there, you know, he was discussing, you know, his time in baseball, and as a big autographed baseball collector, I really wish I would have had a baseball on hand to have him sign that. But anyway, he, I guess, was in the St. Louis Cardinals organization, and but anyway, very nice guy, very laid back. Really, actually kind of intense. His voice really is like that. It's not a TV gimmick. No, he talks like that all the time. He talked like that in 1991 when I first met him, and he talked like that again in 1994. But anyway, so these are the two from my time with him in 1994. Now, let's go take a look at what I had signed in 1991. It was an event in Villa Park, Illinois. That was a western suburb of Chicago. And I used to live there before I moved to my current residence here in Parks Unknown. And this was an event in September of 91 at the Villa Park Odeum called Sports Fest 91. Now, I've got an article here reading from something I found online recently because my memory is a little foggy. And there was a superstar stage, which I clearly recall, where Macho Man was. And that's the only reason I really went. There were others there who didn't make the superstar stage, such as Hank Aaron did not. Local favorite and Cubs Hall of Famer Billy Williams did not. Brooks Robinson, all-time great from the Baltimore Orioles. Willie Stargell, Hall of Famer from the Pirates. Bobby Hull, Bob Love, Ray Nitschke, Leon Spinks, and a number of others. They did not make the superstar stage. Easy for me to say. But here are the folks who did. Gale Sayers, Bears Hall of Famer. Moses Malone, I think he's a basketball person. I'm not really into basketball. Johnny Unitas, Football Hall of Famer, Hall of Fame quarterback. Dick Butkus, Chicago Bears, the Bears Hall of Famer. Neil Anderson, a good running back in the day. Mike Ditka, that Coach Ditka. And of course, Randy Macho Man Savage. So these folks did make the superstar stage. And when I say stage, I mean stage. Imagine an elevated platform of maybe about 4 feet off the ground, probably 12 feet wide by about 20 feet deep. Macho Man sitting in a nice comfortable chair with his table there and signing to folks. So folks would go up maybe 3 steps to go stand before him, have him get his, sign the autograph, and you go back down the stage and on your way as a fan. And I have to tell you, there were far more fans waiting for Macho Man than there were for Hank Aaron, who I also got that night and took much less time than the hour and a half I waited for Macho Man. But Macho Man had, again, an hour and a half long line. And as I'm standing in line, I witnessed the most amazing thing. Macho Man noticed that one of his fans was in a wheelchair. So what he did, he gets up out of his chair, goes down the stairs. He doesn't sign the autograph for this disabled fan down on the ground level. He has the parent or some other helper, I don't remember who it was, carefully lift this wheelchair-bound fan up onto the stage. Macho Man goes back, he sits down, and then he eventually stands up, takes pictures with the kid and whatever. But he also, when he was done, gets out of his chair, helps carry the wheelchair-bound fan down back to the ground level. My point being, Randy Savage went out of his way to help this fan have the same experience that everyone else was having. It would have been easier for Randy to sit there on the ground level and sign autographs for this young fan. He wanted him to experience the same thing everyone else did. And I just, I was already a big fan, but that just made me that much more so. And I just wish more stories like that would come out, because I'm sure there's many more like that. But anyway, very, very good guy. That gives you a little insight into what the Macho Man was all about. So, as I go up to him for my autograph, I unroll this poster. And he immediately says, "Whoa, big guy, look at this." And this signature here is much different than the one before. Here you see two Rich. Again, I'm not sure who Rich might be. Take a look at this R. One of the most fancy R's I've ever seen. Macho Man, and then down below Macho Man, Randy Savage, which he did away with in his later years. He usually just signed Macho Man in the mid-90s as I was seeing it. So anyway, I just wanted to share those two stories with my subscribers who appear to be wrestling fans. So feel free to comment below on what stories and what celebrities you'd like to hear about going forward. Singers, politicians, athletes, many athletes, and give me some insight on what you think. Should some of those folks who were not on the superstar stage have replaced a Macho Man, for example, or should they replace a Moses Malone? Or I don't know. Give me some thoughts. Feedback would be awesome. Feel free to subscribe, share this video, like, tweet. I don't know, whatever the kids are doing these days. Anyway. Until next time, here's wishing everyone much health, happiness, and free flowing ink, my friends.